Okay, everybody, we're going to find out today about something really special. You guys wanted to know about things? Well, we got good news and we got bad news. Remember the geophagus got bit up? Well, we're going to tell you about him. We're going to tell you about some other plans, but stick around here. Be right back.
Are you done yet?
You around if you don't stop it.
Okay, so you guys have seen, Nigel's set up and the little tank set up there, and then we have Jerry's guppies over here and those two tanks, and then we have the 150 here. Well, in this whole commotion, I just cleaned off the 150 and put a canopy on top of it that we got in with one of the tanks. But in all the commotion, we ended up getting a 180 tall. So it's also 18 inches thick on a stand. And that's the one that had the canopy, I think. I don't remember. But this setup here is taller than that setup there. So I used the canopy over there to bring it up the same height. We're going to take this and put it right here where this. I already took off everything off the top of this. And we're going to move that and the plants out of there and put this tank right there. Now, this is what we wanted originally for the geophagus to go into with the discus. But since plans have changed and things have happened, we don't know what we're going to put in this tank. But this one's going right there. So it'll add to the same color variation as the rest of the room, and it'll look good and fit right in here. So one other thing is this box here. Look at this. This came in as a donation, a bunch of filter socks for us, and I will insert the video here.
All right, guys, we got this big old box from Water Box Aquariums. So we are opening it now. See what we got. All right, we got some bubble wrap. We're not going to be making that for much longer.
Really? What's that?
The new print production style. Here goes 200 micron, 7-inch diameter socks.
Ooh, that's what you
We
needed.
got a ton of those, as well as 4-inch diameter socks. We got a ton of those. What is this? What is this? So these might be the 4-inch.
Here's a knife.
A box in a box.
A box in a box. Come on, Josh, what's in the box?
Rich. Come on.
That was a 7 reference.
Oh, these are the 4-inch socks. We got
I think those other ones should be
a
5.
buttload. These are 4-inch.
A buttload. That's a good description term used here at
buttload.
Ohio Fish Rescue. A buttload.
There. And these are the pre-made plastic top. And they're about 18 inches long. 12
Nice.
inches, 10 inches.
Well, these are the things you use anyway.
Yes, sir. Awesome. Well, we'll get these in and let you know how they work.
Okay. Great company, isn't it? And awesome things they're helping us out with. So anyways, now we're going to move this tank over here and, get setting it up. But we have to plan how we're going to set that up. Do I want to take out these overflows? Do I want to disconnect it because it's a plastic overflow? It's not glass. I can just cut it off and plug the holes in the bottom and make it completely freshwater. Do I want to leave them and hook up hoses on the bottom and run a wet dry sump on a freshwater? Well, you can certainly do that. But do we want that? Do we want to, what do you want to call it, add to our problems with more stuff? You know what I'm saying? When this tank would be perfectly fine on a freshwater tank with an FX6 and maybe even a waterfall filter in the back. But no, I wouldn't want to do that because I'd want it all the way against the mirror there. So an FX6 on here, maybe even 2 would be fine, and we wouldn't have to worry about things. That's what that tank's been running on for 5 years. And look at this. Even Jerry's impressed. All this plant life. Look at that's a little Groot head. All this plant life all came from a few little plants we put in here, and it's just overpowering it and taking over.
This one just flowered last week.
Yeah, very, very amazing. So I'm going to show you a picture of how this tank looked when we first put these plants in, and we've never added plants since. So this is these plants growing out. Here's the picture. Okay, that's quite a difference, ain't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this tank apart in setting up the 180 tall, and we're going to, of course, pressure wash off all the black hair algae black beard
Beard
algae.
algae.
We're going to pressure wash that off all the wood and all the ornaments, and we're going to take each plant out of the ground, gravel, and keep their roots intact. And we're going to clip off, like, look at this plant here. It's got a new leaf, but it is completely surrounded by the blackbeard algae.
Yeah.
So we're going to clip off all this and make it a newly stemmed plant, and we're going to get rid of 90% of this blackbeard algae in here. We have Chinese algae eaters in here. We have other things that eat the blackbeard algae, so hopefully it can keep up with a small amount and eradicate it. But in the meantime, we're going to clean all this gravel, because we haven't cleaned this gravel in over a year because there's so much rootage into the gravel. We haven't torn into that, and the tank, I mean, I haven't had to do a water change on this probably 6 months. And you go in there, and it's about 12 parts per million of the nitrates. I mean, it's just, all I do is keep topping it off. It's amazing what a planted tank can do. I mean, seriously, if you have enough plants in there and lessen the fish load, you don't ever have to do a water change. I mean, you want to at least once a year, but you don't really need to,
One of the tricks with the black beard algae to keep it down, you want to keep the fish active on the ornaments and on the plants. The suckermouth fish feeding on there, if the black algae can't establish itself on the surface, then it doesn't take over.
Right.
So the more activity there is on the plants and on the sides, those little suckermouth fish, they're not eating the algae, they're eating the biofilm that the algae anchors itself in.
Gotcha. So we're going to cut all these plants in half and use them to root over here. Plus, we're able to wash all the plants in, like, say, they say 3%, but I've done 5% before and not hurt the plants. And, try and get rid of the blackbeard algae to put into here. So now our original plan was, like I said, to put the discus in here, the live plants, and the geophagus. That way, nobody's picking on him. But things have changed. I told you there was good news and bad news, so let's go on out back and I'll explain the rest. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This 90-gallon half round, we're having to move out of here because we've got some problems and we have to bring the live stream room back out to here. So I'll get to that in a minute too. Okay, let's come out here. Oh, we got Jerry out here messing with the tanks, but this is the tank I want to talk about. This is the discus, and we got the elephant nose in here. Some more of the albino Chinese algae eaters and stuff, but these plants have taken off and doing so well there's hardly any algae problem. I never clean the glass in this tank. Do you clean the glass on this tank?
No.
You don't clean any of that.
No.
So because of the plants in there, it takes the nutrients away from the algae, so the algae can't grow. So the inside of the glass looks like sparkling new. I've never cleaned this. This has just been sitting here forever.
Well, you got to give those Malaysian snails some credit.
Yeah.
They come out at night and clean pretty good.
So what we're going to do is I want to take all the discus out of here, and I wanted to put the geophagus in there with them up front. But in the meantime, we've got that elephant nose in here. Where's he at, Jerry?
Right there. Want to watch him eat?
Yeah.
He's eating his dried food.
He's not on live. Here comes food down for him. There's the discus.
There's the geo.
Yep, there's the geo. Nothing happened to him, guys. I didn't want you to think that, but he has been in with the discus and recuperating, growing his spinach back and stuff. You see how short it is now. So we are going to put them together, but I'm going to let Jerry explain to you the problem with keeping them together up front. I didn't see the elephant nose eat, but Josh just got done saying he just fed. Yeah. Hang on, let me watch him a second. No, he's more hiding from us.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is what I wanted to do up front. But Jerry informed me, sometimes no matter how good you are, you don't think of everything. Jerry informed me the problem with the geophagus is they love to. Here, I'll let Jerry explain it.
The geophagus is an earth eater.
Right.
The earth. He's an earth eater. Geophagus, earthbound. He's picking up the sand and depositing the sand in the crown of the plants, and that will kill the plants.
Right. All these crypts right here. He's going to.
There's that sword plant back in the back.
Oh yeah, look at that. All that.
He's already buried already.
It's buried back there, right there. The whole crown, the center of that plant, is covered now. So the problem is like this right here. If he covers this up with a mound of sand, then this plant will die.
There are plants that can handle it, but rather not.
Right, but we
The
got a bunch of them
anubias are going to
crypts.
be fine, but these crypts we want to keep and
Yes.
maintain.
These are
Now,
the best growing crypts I've ever seen.
These
I mean-
purpulea are beautiful.
I had them for 2 years in our first Babu puffer, not
Lavaca.
Pennsylvania, before Lavaca.
Oh, okay.
Geez, I can't remember his name now. Dang. I'm just drawing a blank here, guys. It's one of those old moment fart things, brain fart things. Old people brain fart. But anyways, when we had him here, geez, I can't remember. Oh, all these crypts, I'm sorry. They only grew like this. See how they're just on the ground?
Yeah.
And they were like this all over the place. The whole ground was covered with them. There was none up here. All this growth only came once I moved them into here.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. But with having the puffer there, he was again covering the center of them plants with sand.
Yeah.
So he was inhibiting them to grow.
With the crown of the, especially with cryptocorns, if the crown of the plant out of the sand, they grow like crazy.
Yeah.
Sword plants are that way too. We can keep them together. What we'll do is we'll do an arch around like that with rock work and woodwork and put the
Oh,
plants
so not an arch,
in
but
the
like
arch, in the side.
the first 8 inches we'll put sand, and then like a 3-inch ledge all the way across, and then have the gravel back there for the plants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the geo can dig down here. This will be the feeding up in front. No feeding to the sides and back.
Right.
That way, we're always feeding down here, always digging down here, always spitting it out back down.
Right.
That
So
way,
then we'll have the
the
rock
plants
work,
will be
the
up
ledge.
high enough that he can't.
He won't be
Or
able to
if
hurt
he
them.
does, all we've got to do is go down there and fan a little bit.
Right. So this will keep us the geophagus with the discus, and that's the good news. That's great. The bad news is we got to tear up all these tanks to do this. That front 150, I haven't touched that thing for like 2 years, other than doing a slight water change.
I can tell you people now, all 3 of these tanks are going to look better when we're done.
This is always true, but man, I'm talking about the work we're going to have to go through, emptying that 150 out, and clipping all them plants of all that black-bearded algae, and then splitting them and splitting them up for each
I'm not
tank.
happy unless my armpits are wet. I want,
Okay.
yeah. That's
Well,
how I relax.
We will make sure you're relaxed, Jerry. So, where's all the discus at? They're hiding everywhere. A couple here. Where's he at?
Or the little wild colored
Oh.
one.
Here, see this here? Hold this camera right on this algae here. Now, this is the only thing that I've had to do. Not the algae that sticks to the glass, but we do have problems with hair algae still. So what I do, I just reach in every once in a while, once a month or so, and I'll just take this and start twirling it around my fingers and pulling. Look at all that. Look at all that.
Too bad we don't have a filter feeder in there.
Well, there was so much hair algae there that it was actually collecting all the dirt.
I think we
That-
could. I wonder if we can keep that African arowana with these guys for a while.
I don't see why not. He is an air breather though, so we have to make
That's
sure the top
fine.
ain't full all the way.
With that canopy up there, he'd be happy as hell. I
Yeah.
want that popo out of there.
You stop.
That stuff right there. It's great plant. I could lay that down on the bottom, set a couple of rocks out of it, and it makes a monster bush.
all
But
that
it
hair
just
algae.
don't fit in this tank.
All that hair algae was growing off of that tree wood there, back there.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll give it a good pressure wash.
There's what I just took out. So that'll clear back up within minutes. And that tank's doing really well as far as filtration.
Won't hardly have to trim these anubias at all. The one up in front will go pretty bad to begin with. They're slow growing, but they come back there. The fun thing about anubias is the more you pull leaves off, the more leaves they grow. You can actually notch them and make them branch in different directions. if you
Wow,
want.
look at this. This is all connected to the plant, the pothos roots.
Yeah, it's so positive.
This hair algae is horrible. Look at that poke.
You're pulling the pothos in.
I know. Pulling off its root. Get rid of this hair algae. So this is the only type of maintenance I do to this tank, is getting rid of this hair algae right here. And it stays crystal clear at all times.
But this cryptocorn is great. Partly because it is left alone.
So, now, watch for my next video. It will be Monday, because we're going to tear these tanks, all 3 of them up, and then Monday we should have it done and the video of doing it. You know, the tanks be back together and running, and I'll find the rest of these discus. All right, you guys have a great day. Stay fishy, my friends.
Okay, guys, at some points we actually put on special videos at the end of the video, and there is one today, but if you're squeamish at all, you don't want to watch it. So there are little kids here or anything else. This is Skylar. She lost her toenail, and this is a video of her pulling it off. It is gross. If you want to watch it, be our guest. All right, guys, if any of you are a little squeamish, you don't want to see this, but I have seen it before, and for some reason I can't just not video this, so I have to video it. Her toenail's coming off. She just got out of the shower, so here you go. Ew, ew, ew.
I have to get it off on this side.
Ew.
Shaking because I...
Pull and twist.
Actually, can you do this? There's some scissors, I think, in here.
No, you don't want to cut and leave that. You want to pull and twist. On a little spot stuck on it. That is so gross.
I think my toenail's never going to grow back.
Yes, of course.
There, no toenail anymore.
Wow. Look at that big old club toe.
Should I keep this as a good luck charm?
No, throw that nasty stuff away, woman. Yuck. Why would you even suggest such a thing? Wrap that up, put some antibiotic cream on it.
I already got that ready.
Okay, now wrap that up with some gauze over it and some tape, and you're done. Now, actually, stand on it real quick. Do you feel the pressure relief or any pain?
Oh,
Better?
way better. I didn't realize it was hurting me that bad.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's obviously still painful. I just ripped the toenail off.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. A crazy, crazy country chick right here.
Do I use Neosporin?
What's that?
Neosporin's good?
Yeah, it's very good. All right, well, there you have it. It's over and done with, and I can maybe stop listening to all the complaining going on around here. Maybe. All right, bye.